Warner Brothers, it seems, have struck gold with the Joker the movie. It's smashing box office records and expectations of what a movie can be in general.
Absolutely, yeah.
They've done it, haven't they?
They've finally cracked the code.
Somewhat. I mean, in terms of people going to see it as opposed to Justice League.
Yeah, they've cracked that code, certainly, yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, though, off the back of this, I wouldn't be surprised if we're getting a bunch of villain-centric stuff. We were already getting a Black Adam movie,
That's
The
true.
Rock, which is a spin-off sort of sequel, prequel to Shazam. He's hinting at in that movie. And, of course, there was the rumor of a Lex Luthor movie. So what I thought we could do in this video, first of all, give it a like, have a little faith in us. We'll get you there.
First thing you should do.
Yes, that's right.
Imagine a movie in which you're the star and you click like on this video.
That's
and
you being the hero.
You are the hero.
The hero's journey.
You're misunderstood and society has pushed you around a little bit, but if you click like, you're the hero.
So this Lex Luthor rumor comes from Mikey Sutton, and he's got a Facebook page called Geekosity, All Things Pop Culture. But this is what he said. Warner Brothers is considering a Lex Luthor film. No Man of Steel, he's pure fiction in this alternate timeline. To Warner Brothers, this has the potential of being a modern-day Citizen Kane. You see Lex Luthor grow up from being an awkward intellectual kid to corrupt wealthy businessman to President of the United States. Slap on an R rating and leave the comic book behind, but perhaps put a twist on the myth, such as making Lois Lane his first lady, but also the reporter who brings him down. So what do you think of that?
Sounds like garbage to me.
It's Lex Luthor.
It's just a guy
Yes.
who's a bit of a meanie and he becomes the president.
We've talked about this recently.
More like the news, am I right?
Got him.
But what I'm saying is that the further you abstract it from comic book reality, the more it just becomes a person.
A corrupt politician. Like the story of Nixon or whatever.
If Lex Luthor has no Superman as a foil and there's no superhero-y stuff in it, it's just a mundane story about a man becoming the president.
One of the interesting things about Lex Luthor is that he exists in a world where some of the smartest heroes in the universe are coming after him.
Superman, Batman,
the Justice League, Wonder Woman. She could just kill him with a sword if she wanted to.
That's right.
And despite this, he runs a successful corporation,
doing
goes
evil
to jail,
stuff.
doing evil stuff, and then becomes president regardless.
Yeah.
And I think that's more of a feat than a guy who just maybe tweaked Facebook to get into.
I think so too, yeah. I think that's way more interesting and proves his bona fides as a certified evil genius. But if he's just a regular man winning some primaries,
yes,
not as exciting.
I think sometimes in movies...
I mean, just putting the name Lex Luthor on it doesn't do it for me, is what I'm saying.
I think sometimes studios take the wrong lesson from a successful film. I think an example of that is the Dark Knight series, where they went, well, people only want grim and gritty. Let's do Man of Steel and that kind of, in that...
muted style.
Yeah, and I don't think that works for every character necessarily. There's a lot of stuff there's some stuff I like about Man of Steel, but the muted aspect of it and... I do not enjoy. So I'm hoping that isn't the case where they go, well, what we need to do then is take villains and remove the hero and just have them be regular people who achieve things.
What we need is just a series of movies where people smash through an international house of pancakes. Did that happen in Man of Steel? I think it might have.
I think it did, yeah.
Okay.
So I think this movie could be really interesting, or at least more interesting, if Superman is in it. I don't even think you need to cast like a known actor as Superman or even have him on screen at all. It can be a Lex Luthor story within a Superman universe with Superman's in it and he still becomes the president. I think being like, well, comic books are silly, and wouldn't it be silly if there was a man who was flying around and he didn't stop a man from becoming president? But I think that's an interesting element.
You'll believe a man can fly and not stop another man becoming the president.
This got me thinking though of some other ideas though if they were going to do villain-centric movies, because I think there is a really good gem of an idea here.
Okay.
For example, wouldn't you like to see a Victor Freeze movie?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I think what I'm going to do here is we'll talk about these, and I think I'm going to then attempt to shoehorn them into a non-powered Joker-style universe.
Gotcha,
We're going to put them into the Joker cinematic universe.
Even though they don't belong?
Even though they don't belong, yes.
So Mr. Freeze, a guy with a cold?
Yeah, maybe he gets trapped in like a dirty New York bodega freezer section. Like he goes in there and like the bodega cat nudges the door when he's reaching for some frozen Hungry Man dinners or whatever, and he gets trapped in there and he gets frostbite and his fingers fall off.
Yes. Did he really die in there, and was it all a dream also?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that, sure.
Spoiler alert, all of these are going to end with, did it really happen or was it a dream? Maybe it was a dream.
I think, though, if you took the Heart of Ice storyline from the Batman the Animated Series...
He's a tragic man.
And did a live-action version of that, you make Batman a minor player in it.
Yeah.
You do the Mr. Freeze kind of arc of... He's a man, he's trying to just basically save his wife who's got this rare disease.
And you know what's getting in his way? Bureaucracy.
And then he takes a turn and becomes a Mr. Freeze character. And eventually Batman caves his dome in with a can of soup, which is what happens in that series.
Yeah, I mean, and that's in that instance, you know, a lot of super villain stories, they believe themselves to be the hero, or you think, well, they've got a good point, and this is it. You know, he's got the most noble of goals to save his wife's life, and in a way, Batman is the villain in this piece.
Yeah, absolutely. What about this then? You do Death of Superman. I know we already did it, but it's set in a universe where Superman...
Oh, he traps himself in a bodega freezer and he dies.
He does. And it was all a dream, maybe. But what about this? You do Death of Superman again, but it's set in that time period where he's not around and there's the 4 Supermen who show up.
Yeah.
Some of them are villainous, some of them are not, and it's this world that... There you go. There's your world that exists without Superman.
There we go. Perfect.
And you've got your Superboy, you've got your
Steel.
You've got your Steel, you've got your Cyborg Superman, and you've got the other one.
The Man of Tomorrow, the Eradicator.
But I'm not saying you have to strictly do those 4.
Yeah.
But, you know, you've got these Superman archetypes.
You could have Cowboy Superman.
Yes.
Clown Superman. Doctor Superman with a stethoscope around his neck.
That's right.
Nerd Superman. It's Clark Kent. He's got tape around his glasses.
That's it. So I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but I think a missed opportunity between BVS and Justice League was exploring what happens when Superman is gone.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, what about this, Mason?
I'm ready.
Speaking of evil Superman... Crime Syndicate of America movie.
Alternate universe, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
You got none of the heroes that people like. The villains are the heroes. So they've got the Jester, who's like their version of the Joker, who's a good guy.
And Alexander Luthor, I think.
Yes, who's also a good guy.
Yeah.
Versus bad Justice League.
Yeah.
Batman's an owl. Superman's got a U on his chest. Wonder Woman's whatever she is. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I love it. But in my version, the non-powered version... it's just Goodfellas.
Okay, sure.
They're just crime people. Superman's got a U on his chest. That just stands for university. It's just a leather jacket.
Great, I love it. And it's not as good as Goodfellas?
No, it's worse.
Okay, great.
It's a pale homage.
Sure, yeah. Okay, what about this?
Also, they all fall down like a subway set of stairs and they die.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, what about
But
this?
was it a dream though? That's the question. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It was.
Okay, what about this? This is set in the Justice League universe.
I'm ready.
We're going back to it. Steppenwolf returns to Apokolips after being defeated. He's forgotten his hat. It was left on Earth.
It's got to go back to Earth.
No.
Oh.
People just boo him for 2 hours on Apokolips for doing a bad invasion.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Because it's his second invasion. He blew it the first time.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah. He waited 2,000 years.
And there were way more heroes last time, and literal gods. And this time he's failed again. It's just a bunch of normies, pretty much, and Superman.
Presumably, before Justice League, they booed him for 2,000 years and then went, okay, you got one more chance.
Yeah.
So they can boo him for another 2,000 years. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I love it.
Or it's set in a bodega.
Yeah, that's... All right, no, in my version, it's the band Steppenwolf. They go on tour to New York. They get beaten up by some people in a car park behind a bodega.
But?
Was it a dream? It was a dream.
Fantastic. Okay, I got one more. It's a world where Superman does not exist.
Okay.
Bizarro.
It's our world.
Yeah, it's our world, sure.
Okay.
Bizarro Superman turns up. There's also no comic books, so nobody knows who Bizarro Superman is.
Yes.
For those who don't know, he's technically the opposite of Superman. His S is backwards. He's got grey skin. He does bad things. He's maybe got freeze breath instead of heat breath or something. He's got opposite powers sometimes, sort of somewhat.
Yes.
Okay?
I'm with you so far, somewhat.
But
Yes.
because there's no Superman, nobody knows what any of the things he's doing are referencing. It
Sounds
makes
really
no
good.
sense.
Okay.
Everyone's really confused and
Yeah.
nobody can stop him.
Sounds really exciting. I like it.
What do you got?
Okay, so it's a movie where nobody really understands what's happening. It's just Donnie Darko, I guess. Not really. We just follow a man going in to watch a screening of Donnie Darko.
Great, I love it.
Yeah.
Was it a dream?
No, that one's real.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a twist.
Yeah.
Anyways, what I'm saying is I genuinely think there is good movies to be made about villain-centric DC characters. I think a lot of the times the Batman movies have just done that anyway. I mean, Batman 89 is largely
It's a Joker movie, yeah.
Batman Returns is largely
Penguin Catwoman,
penguins and mostly penguins walking around with rocket packs on or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think they've already been doing this. Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, for example. I think, you should absolutely lean into it, but I don't think at the expense of being like, but everything else doesn't exist. So it's just this one person, and they're not really that version of the thing that you kind of vaguely remember. But this is actual cinema, is what I'm saying. Yeah, do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but that's what I want, actual cinema. Just sad people occasionally putting some slightly different coloured makeup on their face.
Oh my
And being
goodness.
sad and maybe pushing somebody over into a pile of garbage. That's what I want. That's what I want about all my supervillain movies now.
I'm genuinely curious, though, if people have ideas for villain-focused movies and what
Yeah.
they should necessarily look like. Is it a universe where it's standalone? Do you connect it to anything else? Is this a whole villain-centric universe connected to the Joker?
Can their origin take place in a bodega because the budgets are limited?
Yes, absolutely. They'd have to be.
Yeah. Was it a dream?
Was it?
It was.
It was.
Except for that last one. That last one was
Yes,
real.
yeah. Anyways, we also have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. We recently, of course, did an episode on the Joker, but there's episodes every week on whatever the movie of the week is, or we do a topic, whatever. We talk about the Breaking Bad movie. We talked about Gemini Man, I guess.
Yeah, we
didn't
did.
You don't have to listen to that one. There's time codes. You can skip to wherever you want.
That's right.
But anyway, we'd love for you to come along for that.
Agreed.
And leave a subscribe here, I guess, because there's videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
So many videos.
Thanks for watching.
Grab that gem, you guys, but we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.